What if the only thing standing between you and millions of dollars is just one single shift in your mindset? Sounds unbelievable, right? But let me introduce you to Alex Carter, an ordinary American who once struggled just like you. No silver spoon, no rich family connections, just a regular guy with bills piling up, dreams slipping away, and the clock ticking. Yet today, Alex Carter is a millionaire, living a life most people only dream of. And the secret wasn't luck, it wasn't genius, it was a shift in how he thought. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share Alex's true journey, and more importantly, how you can apply the same mindset shift to change your own future. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear could be the turning point you've been waiting for. Before we dive deep into Alex's story, hit that subscribe button to Legend Made Here, where ordinary struggles turn into legendary stories. Alex Carter wasn't born with privilege. In fact, his life looked a lot like millions of Americans in their 20s and 30s. He grew up in a small town, working-class family, where money was always tight. His parents worked double shifts just to keep the lights on. By the time Alex was 25, he was already drowning in student loans, juggling a low-paying 9-to-5 job, and struggling to pay rent for his tiny apartment. Sounds familiar? That's because his story was the story of many. Every morning, Alex would sit in traffic for an hour just to reach a job he didn't even like. His boss didn't value him, his paycheck barely covered his bills, and his dreams of financial freedom felt like a cruel joke. He often asked himself, "Is this it? Is this the life I'm meant to live, work, pay bills, repeat?" The stress was real. His credit card bills piled up. Some days, he even skipped meals to save money. And at night, lying on his old mattress, he scrolled through social media, seeing people his age traveling, buying homes, building businesses. It wasn't jealousy, it was frustration. Deep down, he knew he was capable of more. But like many of us, he didn't know where to start. He felt stuck in a cycle, trapped in the same routine that millions of Americans silently endure every single day. And this is exactly why Alex's story connects with people. Because maybe you felt the same way. Maybe you've asked yourself why some people break free while others remain stuck. The truth is, Alex was no different until one critical night changed everything. If you've ever felt stuck in the same endless routine, don't worry, you're not alone. And here at Legend Made Here, we share stories that remind you it's never too late to break free. So hit that subscribe button and let's keep moving forward. Sometimes all it takes is one night, one single moment, for your entire life to change. For Alex Carter, that moment came when he sat alone in his tiny apartment, staring at his overdue bills. It was past midnight, and the silence was louder than ever. His phone buzzed, a notification from his bank. Balance below $50. That was the breaking point. The reality hit him like a punch. If he didn't do something different, he would be stuck in this cycle for the rest of his life. But here's where the story takes a turn. Instead of drowning in self-pity, Alex grabbed a notebook and wrote just one question at the top of the page. What do millionaires think differently than me? He didn't write about money. He didn't write about luck. He wrote about mindset. And in that quiet moment, something inside him shifted. He realized he had been living life on autopilot, working just to survive, not to build. That night, Alex made a decision. Not a wish, not a vague dream. A decision that he would never go back to being average. He didn't know how yet, but he promised himself that his future would be defined by his choices, not his circumstances. That was the night he stopped waiting for a miracle and started becoming one. Most people wait for opportunities. Alex realized he had to create them, and that mindset right there was the beginning of everything. The turning point wasn't money in the bank, it was a fire in the mind. Alex Carter's life didn't change overnight with money. It changed with perspective. That midnight decision led him to uncover one powerful truth. Success isn't about where you are, it's about how you think. And his mindset shift came down to 3 core principles that anyone, anywhere can apply. Principle 1. Stop blaming, start owning. For years, Alex blamed the system, the economy, even his boss. But the moment he took full ownership of his life, things began to shift. He realized no one was coming to save him. If he wanted freedom, he had to create it. Ownership gave him power, the power to change his actions, his habits, and eventually his results. Principle 2. Long-term vision over short-term comfort. Most people live for weekends, Netflix binges, and temporary relief. Alex chose a different path. He asked himself, what will my life look like in 5 years if I keep doing what I'm doing? That vision scared him. So he made sacrifices. Less TV, more learning, less spending, more saving. Trading short-term comfort for long-term growth became his formula for success. Principle 3. Learn, adapt, and take massive action. Alex stopped waiting for perfect conditions. Instead, he started learning daily, books, mentors, podcasts, and applied every lesson immediately. He didn't just consume information, he executed. Failures didn't discourage him. They became feedback. With every step forward, his confidence grew, and so did his opportunities. These 3 principles might sound simple, but they are the foundation of every success story. Alex's millionaire journey didn't start with a business plan or a big break. It started with a mental shift, from victim to creator, from short-sighted to visionary, from passive dreamer to massive action taker, and that's a shift you can make too. Remember, Alex's breakthrough wasn't money, it was mindset. And if you're ready to shift your own thinking, Legend Made Here is the place where ordinary stories become extraordinary lessons. Subscribe now because your journey could start today. Once Alex Carter embraced his new mindset, everything began to shift. Not instantly, but steadily. He started small. Instead of wasting evenings on mindless distractions, he dedicated 2 hours every night to self-education. He studied business, finance, and personal development. He listened to podcasts during his commute, turned weekends into workshops, and slowly, knowledge became his weapon. But Alex knew learning without action is useless, so he launched his first side hustle, an online reselling business. At first, it barely made $200 a month, but he treated it seriously, reinvesting every dollar instead of spending it. He made mistakes, bad suppliers, failed ads, lost money, but instead of quitting, he analyzed every failure, adjusted, and improved. Within a year, that side hustle replaced his full-time job income. With his confidence rising, Alex expanded. He learned about digital marketing, then invested in small rental properties, and eventually launched his own consulting firm. What once seemed impossible, financial freedom, was now becoming reality. But the real transformation wasn't just in his bank account, it was in his identity. He no longer saw himself as an employee waiting for a paycheck. He saw himself as a creator, a builder, a leader. Step by step, win by win, Alex Carter went from a broke young man with less than $50 in his bank account to a self-made millionaire. And here's the best part. Every single step was built on the mindset principles he had committed to that one night. His success wasn't magic. It was a system. A repeatable journey anyone can start. Alex's rise proves that success is not a miracle. It's a mindset, multiplied by consistent action. And here at Legend Made Here, we share the strategies and stories that can help you start your own rise. Hit subscribe because your climb could begin today. Now here's the part that matters most. How can you apply the same mindset shift Alex Carter used to become a millionaire? Because the truth is, Alex wasn't special. He wasn't born rich, he wasn't a genius, and he didn't win the lottery. What set him apart was his commitment to small daily actions that built unstoppable momentum. Lesson 1. Journaling for clarity. Every night, Alex wrote down his goals, his mistakes, and his next steps. This simple habit kept him focused. For you, start by writing one question every day. What can I do today that brings me closer to my future? Lesson 2. Build strong networks. Alex reached out to people smarter than him. He attended local meetups, joined online communities, and sought mentors. Remember, your net worth often grows with your network. Start connecting with people who are already where you want to be. Lesson 3. Continuous learning. Alex never stopped learning. Instead of wasting hours on TV or social media, he replaced that time with books and courses. Even 30 minutes a day compounds into massive knowledge over a year. Lesson 4. Calculated risk-taking. The old Alex avoided risk. The new Alex embraced it, strategically. He tested ideas, invested small at first, and scaled when results came. For you, the lesson is simple. Start small, learn, and then go bigger. Playing safe forever is the riskiest move of all. These are not abstract ideas. They are practical, repeatable steps that you can start today. If Alex Carter could transform his life with less than $50 in the bank, imagine what you could do with the resources you already have. Remember, success doesn't come from giant leaps. It comes from small, daily choices that compound over time. And that's what we share here at Legend Made Here. Subscribe now, and let's turn your daily actions into legendary results. So, what did Alex Carter really prove? He proved that the difference between living an ordinary life and building an extraordinary one isn't luck, talent, or privilege, it's mindset. That single shift turned his story from debt and frustration into wealth, freedom, and purpose. And if it worked for him, it can work for you. Think about it. Alex wasn't smarter than you. He wasn't richer than you. He didn't have secret connections or a magic formula. What he did have was the courage to change the way he thought and the discipline to act on it every single day. That's the blueprint you've been looking for. Now here's the real question. What will your turning point be? Will you keep waiting for the perfect time, or will you decide today that your future is worth fighting for? Because remember, Alex Carter wasn't born a legend. He became one, and so can you. If this story inspired you, don't just keep it to yourself. Drop a comment below about the mindset shift you are ready to make. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. And most importantly, hit that subscribe button, because at Legend Made Here, we're building a community where ordinary people become extraordinary. And the next legendary story could be yours.